Okay, this is Orlando Wilson. What I want to talk about in this video is something to do with providing security services, security, close protection services, etc. And this is where you need to ensure that your people understand what they're doing, that your people are properly briefed. And this is something a lot of people will skip over on the sexy security courses. People want to play with guns and do the high-speed stuff, where to me, ensuring people are properly briefed, being able to, from a management perspective, being able to write a proper brief and give a proper brief are essential. If you have people working for you, I'll tell you where this story started. I was passing, give me the idea for this one. I was passing through an airport recently, and one of the guys doing the security checks, he got some attitude from one of the passengers going through, and he didn't really know what he was doing. I take it he was a new boy. And you know what he made? He was clueless. You could see he wasn't confident. He didn't know what he was doing. When I got there, it was okay, but he'd been chewed out by one of his, I take it, one of his people or a supervisor or something. And you know what? These days, I look at people like that, and unless they're completely stupid, which means they shouldn't be there, I would say he just never had the confidence, and he wasn't properly briefed. He wasn't properly trained. And it's down to me, with management, shit rolls uphill, not downhill. He should have been properly briefed up and trained and told what to do before he was put in the position he was put in. Even though it's not a difficult job, he should have been properly briefed up. From a close protection perspective, you need to make sure your people know what their jobs are, what their responsibilities are, what the boundaries are. I just done another video, what the expense limits are. Residential security, where people can go, where people can't go. What are the exclusion areas? If you don't know what exclusion areas are, well, if the client is, how can I put it? If the client has got a ground floor bedroom, etc., and they're in bed with their boyfriend, girlfriends, boyfriends, etc., they don't want the security guys and girls walking past watching what they're doing. Well, they might not want them doing that. So this is where boundaries, exclusion zones need to be made clear to everybody. Little things like that can cause problems. So again, properly briefing staff up and writing proper briefs and site orders is an essential part of the security management business. And as far as the close protection business is concerned, it should be second nature. If you have people, I've turned up in jobs, and you know, man, I'll give you an example in a second. I've turned up on a lot of jobs, and again, you're just told, okay, go here, do this, do that, and somebody will brief you when you get there. And I've turned up on the vast majority of jobs. I've been lucky over the years and got a decent brief, because the people in the close protection business, well, in the day, used to be professional, so they understood that if you're not properly briefed, the shit would end up on them. I'll tell you a story, and I got too many stories. One of my fill-in jobs in London was doing hotel security. If a hotel security team was down, I wouldn't work for a few companies, they give me a call, go work this hotel, etc. And it's good for making contacts and getting to know that business. You know what? I got a call one day to go to a very large and prominent hotel, shall we say, not too far away from Tower Bridge in London. Over 1,000 rooms, I think 14 miles of corridor, etc. Huge place. And I was told, turn up, the security manager will be waiting, they'll give you a brief, that's it. Okay. In that day, I was used to working in a hotel, so as long as I knew the safes, the door locks, etc., I'm good to go. The camera systems and everything else. I turned up, and the security manager was waiting for me. I was taking over, and it's strange because the security manager was actually working a shift, which doesn't happen in a lot of places. So that was a red flag for me there. The security manager gave me like a 5-minute brief and said that I turned up early, as always. And again, I turned up like most probably an hour early because I thought I was going to be getting a proper brief. I think the security manager thought he's turned up early, so I get to go home early, which they did. So I must have had a 10-minute brief for this hotel. They didn't answer my questions. They were gone. They were out the door. To find my way around the hotel, and this hotel had clock points. They had a piece of paper written down with how you find all the different clock points. It's like, go to this floor, go to this door, inside, walk 10 paces this way, 10 paces that way. And it was, you know what I mean, it's the first time I've ever seen anything like that in what should have been a quality hotel. Anyway, long story short, other things happened there. I was there quite often for a month or something. They were paying, and I had nothing else to do, so thank you very much. And they had an incident. And it's funny because I got to talk to the operations manager. And the operations manager said the only reason the security team was there, because they had a lot of problems there. The only reason the security team was there was they needed them for the insurance, because there was a lot of losses there, etc., and a lot of thefts, and the security team just weren't effective. They didn't care. I saw that straight away when the security manager gave me a 10-minute brief for a massive hotel, and they're more interested about going home early. But again, this is the trouble with a lot of corporate security, in-house security. They don't take things seriously. This is from my experience, my perspective. Very, very unprofessional. But they were just there to keep the insurance costs down, and that's it. And again, by going out and doing that type of thing and getting that type of experience, you see what works and what doesn't work. And this is where people come up to me these days and say, oh, I'm a security manager. Really? You might be really, really good, but the chances are you're not. So my dealings with a lot of corporate security managers over the years has not been particularly positive. So this is where you, especially if you're providing close protection services in hotels, and this has helped me over the years working in hotels, you understand how the hotel security systems can work. There's some very, very good security managers I bumped into over the years, but the vast majority not. So this is where, back on topic, you got to ensure your people are briefed. And again, as I said, to me, in my world, if things go bad because people aren't briefed, then shit rolls uphill. It's my fault. And I go out the way to make sure my people are properly briefed. I provide, how can I put it? I generally work with a small group of people, provide select services. So I ensure I know the jobs. I know what's going on. I know who's where, what, etc. And I brief people up personally, usually. I understand in the corporate security world, in the man guardian world, things are completely different. And people don't usually give a fuck about what's going on as long as they get paid. But that's not my world. Anyway, so ensure your people are briefed. If you're in the close protection business, you must be able to efficiently brief people, write up briefs, write up site orders, etc., etc. And if you think this type of thing doesn't apply to the close protection business, site orders, job orders, etc., very, very important. Everybody needs to know what they're doing. And again, it helps if things are written down. So just something there for you to think about. In the meantime, follow me along on social media. I've got an array of videos up on Instagram, YouTube, but I prefer LinkedIn and X. X is we've got more freedom of speech here. We've also got a Telegram group where we put up the stuff which is a little bit too graphic to put up anywhere else. But again, we put up graphic content because it's educational. And I think you're better off learning by other people's mistakes in this business, not your mistakes. So make sure you don't learn from your mistakes at a base level by ensuring all your people are briefed, that you're briefed and you know what you're doing, your boundaries, your limitations, etc., etc., etc. In the meantime, be good, stay safe, and as always, stay out of trouble.